Someone wants to be famous. This is one of my fondest memories. My wife and I watched this movie together on one of our first dates. Rewatching it recently just brought back a lot of memories. But what if those memories never happened? What if someone took them away? Director Joseph Ruben screws with our minds with The Forgotten. We open with someone dropping credits from an airplane. Look out below! Julianne Moore just took out a bus. Drone strike! Julianne Moore is Telly. She's mourning the loss of her son, Sam, who died in a plane crash. She comforts herself by going through his things and watching home movies. Understandably, she's obsessing, holding on when she should be moving on. Gary Sinise plays Dr. Jack Muntz, her therapist helping her move on.
Are you comfortable physically? How's the sex?
Well, how is the sex? Comment below. She forgets where she parks, she imagines having coffee when she has none. You kinda see where this is going. She probably walks into rooms and forgets why she went in there in the first place. Oh shit, I do that. Anthony Edwards is Jim, her hubby. He's dealing with things too, along with trying to comfort Telly.
What'd you think, that I wouldn't notice? I wouldn't care?
While visiting a playground at midnight, sure, who doesn't like getting mugged in a jungle gym? She runs into Ash, played by Dominic West, a former professional hockey player and another parent who lost a child in the same plane crash.
Would you want to come home with me? Just live over there.
Good night, Ash.
You do know me.
She's still holding on, despite everyone telling her to let go. But then Sam starts disappearing from photos, in fact an entire photo album, and the home movies are suddenly empty. Are the people in her life being total dicks to her? Or is it something else? Gotta poop! Yeah, we've all been there.
You erased our son.
They were always blank.
What?
There was never a Sam Peretta.
So, she never had a son in the first place?
You had a miscarriage. It was stillborn. You almost died.
So we have a Shutter Island situation.
There are photos that he didn't take.
But first, I told you so. Traces of the plane crash that killed Sam are no longer in the newspaper. Her physical evidence is vanishing like Marty McFly failing to get his dad laid. These aliens actually have more power than we realize. Not only can they manipulate memories, they can also alter physical objects and public records. The reach of their abilities is staggering if you think about it.
Come inside. We fought about Sam.
I'm sorry, about what?
They even got to Ash, and now he says he never had a child. There are lots of clues that point to Telly being mistaken, mixed up, or just losing her mind entirely. Looks like she's crazy after all. Or is she? Important character trait. Ash is an alcoholic. Okay, not really a trait, more of a cliche, but it's his thing and, damn it, he's committed to it. Looks like someone watched a bit too much HD TV. This wallpaper's gotta go. Rude. Like an episode of Trading Spaces, he hates what she did to the place.
You're out of your mind.
This was her room. This was your daughter's room.
Obviously, he doesn't believe her.
I called the police.
You wrecked his house, bitch! But now the NSA is involved? But Ash finally remembers his daughter, who apparently never montaged outside this room. But now it's time to spring Telly from the clutches of the NSA.
I don't understand. I remember!
Do not piss off a hockey player! Why are there so many aerial tracking shots in this movie? Are they being watched from above? What? No, can't be. I'm not even gonna suggest it. Nope.
She was turned over to federal agents, and she fled custody. Now, Mr. Beretta, why would the NSA be interested in your wife?
Welcome to Fugitiveville, population 2.
I had a son, you had a daughter, and everyone besides us believes they never existed. What could do something like that?
No. Who wants steak? I could go for a nice T-bone.
Me.
God damn it, we lost him.
These are the worst government agents ever. It's like they hid from him by playing peekaboo. Our heroes hide in a motel, which surprisingly does not lead to boning. May as well. Telly's husband no longer remembers her either.
I'm sorry, do I know you? You lost me.
Right, this guy's been following them for a while, played by Linus Roche. Alfre Woodard is Detective Ann Pope, who is possibly an ally to our heroes. Here comes the NSA again, but this time Ash kicks ass. Now it's time for answers.
We just want our children.
He sure cracks easily.
It's not me, it's not us.
Now we get a pretty vague, yet astonishingly on-the-nose response.
Part of this particular experiment.
Experiments. Still, it could be... Russians do this, right? Hell, what do you know?
They're listening.
What the hell was that? Who's up there? Mega Maid?
Suck! Suck! Suck!
This leads them to their last clue. The CEO of Questair, the airline that their kids flew on. They find his house seemingly abandoned, so make yourself at home. Nobody home? Time to bone. Well, okay, they don't really, but they share a tender moment nonetheless. Stop poking me, I said no. Mr. Friendly is back, so this can't be good. Now our heroes are murdered in their sleep. No? Just gonna walk away. Well, I guess we still have some movie then. He's obviously important. He was helpful in the beginning, then creepy, then sinister. So yes, he's at the center of all this. Detective Pope shows up, so our heroes split.
I believe you, Telly. I believe you about everything.
Telly heads off alone while Ash takes the doctor. Thank God, because she really needs another ally. Someone to smooth things over with the law and help her out. Okay, well then.
Telly?
They were like a minute apart. They could have taken one car and saved some gas. Mr. Friendly shows up, and Ash takes him to the boards. Hey, that's a penalty. At least he takes him with him. Well, okay then. That leaves the doctor. And the final confrontation.
You know this is getting out of control.
I guess she finally deserves some answers.
It's not over.
Okay, so she's a lab rat to the aliens. Doesn't all this taint your results? Now they start stripping her memories away. What little she has left.
What was his favorite sport to play? What was his name?
Who?
Well, I guess they won. The motherly bond was defined and maintained by her memories. The experiment is a success, she never had a son, none of this ever happened, and the cake is indeed a lie. But it turns out the bond is more than memories, more than first steps, more than playing in the park and getting your knee scraped.
I have a child.
With all their incredible mind and reality-altering powers, it's something that the aliens just can't understand. Right up there with dreams, laughter, the female orgasm, but now the experiment is over. Reality is restored to normal, Sam is back, and Telly reintroduces herself to Ash. I wonder if she's still married. And I'm guessing everything worked out. Well, okay then. Yay, she's back! That was The Forgotten. Hey guys, you're not experimenting on me, are you? Well, that's reassuring. There are two endings. The one on DVD had a more subdued, more emotionally driven tone. It was a mother's bond versus losing that bond. But the original, studio-mandated theatrical ending was darker, more confrontational. The alien was more menacing and seemingly had a lot more to lose if the experiment failed. This felt more mother versus alien. After what he did to her, he at least deserved a kick in the spaceballs. The movie gives you little twists almost immediately, and it would keep you guessing until the big plot twist about an hour in. That is, if it weren't for one little detail. The revelation that this is real, that there are aliens. This shot was in the trailer. They spoiled their own movie. Maybe it was a dream, a hallucination, something like that. Then stuff like this happened. But you don't get a lot of time to wonder, since the movie lets you know early on that there are other elements at work. Julianne Moore is good here. Her frustration, her sense of loss really comes through as she portrays every parent's nightmare. And watching her go through it is gut-wrenching at times. Ash, the father struggling to cope by crawling into a bottle, Anthony Edwards' character pretty much disappears once he forgets Telly. I can only assume he's back at the end, and if he is, considering the circumstances, would you consider this cheating? Comment below. For what it's worth, the aliens have a motive and purpose. Still, their experiment doesn't make much sense. If they were studying the mother-child bond, why do it to this guy? The scientist was kind of an interesting character, polite yet dismissive, and seemed more compassionate than his original ending version. And he did set things right at the end, so it's kind of hard to stay too mad at him. But Detective Pope didn't really do anything story-wise, except for provide another casualty. This is very symbolic of her role. The Doctor is revealed to have been helping the aliens, but it feels like the writer just wanted another twist in the third act. We're told they don't need our help, yet they seem to get so much of it. It's well directed and tries to have the audience share in Telly's confusion and paranoia, but again, we're sent in knowing more than she did, and it's hard to stay engaged in the mystery when the twist is already known. What started as an interesting thriller or psychological drama, the second half of the movie turns into pure science fiction. Now don't get me wrong, I love science fiction. Suck! But having the culprits turn out to be aliens feels like a cop-out. You have a situation where reality no longer applies, and it changes the tone, and it's hard to go back. Kaiser Soze? Alien. Hannibal Lecter? Alien. The Joker? Alien. Okay, that might be fucking awesome. The Forgotten is a 2.5 out of 5. In the end, an okay, if forgettable, see what I did there, movie. It could have been more suspenseful if they kept up the mystery, kept you guessing longer, and if they left this shot out of the trailer. I am not letting this go. Thank you so much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. This is theNewBee, and I'll see you around. Really, no experiments? Promise, you're not doing anything to me? Why does my tongue itch?